Hello everybody, can you hear me okay? Taking my mask off. Oh, it's good to be here. The cusp of spring, which is always a hopeful time, but I think it's doubly hopeful for us right now. So we're seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. And last week I joined members of our business community in asking that essential workers be given the opportunity to get vaccinated before the end of the mask mandate. And I am so glad to say that they will now have that opportunity. And I really appreciate Governor Cox for expediting the vaccine process so that, as we all know, next Wednesday, everyone 16 and over can sign up for and receive a vaccine. But even as we welcome people back into our wonderful Salt Lake City eateries and barber shops and stores and grocery stores across this fabulous capital city, we still need to exercise caution. Even though our COVID-19 numbers have dropped and are continuing to drop significantly over the last few months, mask wearing is still vital. We're not done. And I'm asking businesses in Salt Lake City to join us today in pledging to continue requiring masks in their establishments until our healthcare experts say it's safe for us to remove them. I can't forget that Mayor Wilson's mask order for Salt Lake County was an incredible asset for consumer confidence in the county. It made a lot of people feel more comfortable, and we heard many times that patrons of Salt Lake City businesses felt safe knowing that Salt Lake City businesses were requiring and enforcing that mask mandate. Not only did it slow the spread of the virus, but it saved lives, and it still is today. Masks have been good for business, and I don't want to see that progress destroyed before we make it all the way through. I'm really grateful for businesses that are choosing to ask employees and patrons to keep wearing masks even after the state mask mandate expires on April 10th. And you're going to hear from some of those businesses today. I'll wait just a second. We want the good news to keep coming. And part of that relies on our businesses and residents continuing to take precautions and wear masks until we're fully out of the woods. Salt Lake City has a tight-knit business community. It's diverse, and as businesses in our state's capital city, they welcome customers from all over this county, the state, and even the country. And I encourage these valuable drivers of our local and our statewide economy to continue prioritizing the health of their employees and their patrons by requiring their mask wearing in their establishments until it's safe, according to our epidemiologists statewide and Dr. Fauci for the nation telling us it's safe to take them off. We will hear from Alfonso Brito from Santo Taco, Mark Jensen with Harmon's Grocery, Missy Grice with Public Coffee, and Ricky Areola with Break Bread Barber Co.
Hi, my name is Alfonso Brito. I'm the owner of Santo Taco. I'm a member of this community, and I'm very proud of all the community that they have been supporting using the mask when they come to a restaurant. We encourage our customers to come, when they come to our restaurants, to use the mask. And also, we know that while it's very important for business to support local business, most important is the safety of our community. That's why encourage everybody to come to a restaurant to use the mask. We are very happy to receive her in the restaurant with your beautiful mask. So thank you very much, and we support the use of masks until we all get the state vaccinated. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Mark Jensen, the President and CEO of Harmon's, and I think it's the first time I've been seen without a mask on for about a year, so it's kind of nice feeling actually for a minute. I'd like to thank Mayor Mendenhall for including Harmon's in this press conference today and letting us be here. We believe at Harmons, we started the pandemic way back in, I think it was February, March. I think the earthquake was the 18th, was yesterday, but it was all a crazy week just a year ago. And right from the very start, we took the pandemic serious at Harmons. And we did it because we care about our customers and our associates. You know, our associates always come first. And so that's what we did. Currently, we've been able to get some of our associates vaccinated, but 80% of our associates have not been vaccinated now. We have a younger workforce, and we are also appreciative of the mayor of making it possible for us to start vaccinating and getting them vaccinated. We believe, though, it's going to take about another 8 weeks to get all of our associates fully vaccinated so that they're safe working for Harmons. We're also in business, so we also know how important it is to have the right levels of safety and having businesses open. And we believe wholeheartedly that the mask is just such a small price to pay to have all the businesses open. So we are supportive to get businesses open, but masks we just think is easy. We really liked when the Governor Cox talked about the 4th of July weekend and being able to, who knows if we're going to make it, because we're going to continue to listen to the experts, Harmons. And we, like everybody else, we don't like the mass either. We can't wait to be able to do that and celebrate. And we hope by then we're all celebrating. We also appreciated Governor Cox when he came up with the words, "Don't be a jerk." It's so important for us. We have the best people that work for Harmons, and we care so much about them. So when people come in, please remember they're just working, they're doing their job. It wasn't their, they didn't put this in place, they didn't make the pandemic, they're just trying to show up for work every day. So remember his words, please don't be a jerk. And last but not least, we just want to thank all the great customers and our associates that's been through so much in the last year. So please, please treat our associates with respect and take care of them. They're everything to us. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Missy Grice. I am the owner of Public Coffee, Public Kitchen, and Public Eds. It was just about a year ago this week that all 4 of our locations were closed, and 2 of them remain closed still. Public is asking the community to continue to wear your mask beyond the April 10th lifting of the mandate. We're also asking for people's kindness and grace when interacting with industry employees and with each other. The pandemic presented the restaurant and bar industry with very, very many challenges and very few easy solutions. Our industry has made incredible sacrifices to keep our employees and the community safe. Safety was such a concern at Public that we have adopted a takeout-only model of service, and that remains true and will remain true through the mask wearing. Public will continue to require our employees and our customers to wear masks beyond the April 10th lifting of the mandate. And we do this because we have learned something. Masks work. Only 5 of our 64 employees have contracted the virus in the past year. None of them contracted or transmitted the virus in the workplace. And because only 10 of our employees will be fully vaccinated by April 10th, although we hope that our entire team will be vaccinated by the end of May, we will continue to practice our current protocol and safety guidelines. This April 10th lifting of the mandate is coming at least 45 days too soon. We've come so far, so we are asking for your support. Support our industry, support our community, wear your mask just a little bit longer. They do work. Governor Cox knows this, but evidently the Utah legislature does not. So please stand with us. Continue to wear your mask until the majority of our Utah communities are vaccinated. Thank you.
Hello, I am Ricky Ariola, owner and operator of Break Bread here in Salt Lake City. Here at the barbershop, we are really happy to see the progress that Utah has made in regards to the pandemic. We want to make sure this momentum we're seeing doesn't cease. We want to keep moving in the right direction. We can't do this alone. It takes everybody in the community. Here at Break Bread, we are for and of the community. So we're going to make sure to do our part, make sure all of our clients, make sure all of our staff are fully masked anytime they're in the shop. With being a part of the community, we have everyone's interests to consider, and as long as we're working on it together, we will see past this. So as you know, a small business owner here in Salt Lake, a community member, and a father, I'm asking that everybody does their part here in Utah and stays safe by masking up until healthcare professionals here say that it's safe to do otherwise. Thank you.
We'll take any questions if there are any.
Mayor, I had a question about your reading of the pandemic endgame bill. Do you see any way in that bill for you to be able to enact your own mask mandate in Salt Lake City, and would you want to do that?
Yeah, our attorneys are evaluating that, and it's different than the way we would have had to request permission in the past, as you know. Hopefully, we're not going to be faced with the need to put in a local mandate, but it's an option that I'll keep on the table. And we're still looking, as we have throughout the pandemic, at that sort of 3-week lead up to decision point. That will start next week, 3 weeks of data till April 10th. Hopefully, we'll continue to see the decline that we have been seeing, but we'll rely on the local data to make that decision.
So is it like, so you guys are still kind of sorting through whether that would be possible or not?
Yes.
Okay. But if it is, it remains to be seen whether you would do that?
It would be based on the local data and whether or not the county's done a great job of extending both a broad vaccination opportunity and focused on our BIPOC communities that have been the hardest hit. We are so appreciative of that focused and broad approach. That I know will continue from the county, but we'll continue to watch those vaccination case numbers by zip code for our hardest hit zip codes, in addition to the case counts in those areas, and we'll make the decision based off of those metrics.
As far as that pandemic endgame bill goes, what are your general thoughts about that and its impact on local government?
Local government, you said, Katie? You know, I think the evolution of the way that the state has handled COVID restrictions and the different levels over the last year got better over time, and in doing so stepped away from political decisions and instead anchored them in the data of the pandemic. This April 10th decision seems to be a step away from that data-based health metric approach. And as you hear from these local business owners who are counting the number of employees who have had access to the vaccine, the vast majority of whom have not, and none of them, some of these businesses, none of their employees have been able to, shows that there's not a lot of health-based reasoning put into that April 10th. That said, we're very grateful, obviously, for the 16 and older access that starts next Wednesday. We'll see how fast they can get the vaccine out.
Are you relieved for that April 10th date, like, knowing that the legislature was looking at an immediate lift date for the mask mandate?
April 10th is better than the end of the legislative session.
Sorry guys, that's not good.
Go ahead. Yes. Of which one? The barber? Ricky?
Claro que sí.
Este es un trabajo de todos. La verdad es que no podemos avanzar si no lo hacemos todos juntos. Tenemos que hacerlo. Para salir de esto más rápido tenemos que hacerlo. Entonces, por eso nosotros recomendamos a nuestra comunidad, a nuestros clientes, a nuestra familia, que sigamos usando la máscara todo el tiempo hasta que esto no termine, hasta que todos estemos vacunados.
Anybody else?
Mayor, I know you said you wanted to wait and listen to the experts.
No, yeah, it's not date based, it's data based, as we've said, and waiting for Dr. Dunn, Dr. Fauci, the professional epidemiologists who are tracking this to tell us when. That's really the date. Of course, as Mark said, it'd be lovely to celebrate the 4th of July the way we traditionally do. I think we're all hopeful about that. And I think one of the great indicators, as you heard, is some of these local business owners seeing how many employees have had it, what the ages are of the other employees, how long it's taking for people to book appointments, and then that 3-week follow-up for the double shot for people who get that. They're starting to count out maybe 8 weeks, 6 weeks, maybe 10 weeks. So all of that, of course, is contingent on the state getting regular allocations of the vaccine distributed here locally, but less of a date, more of data.
Has the city determined what that data looks like? Like, okay, if we have this many people vaccinated, or if the trend is going this way, we just get infected, this is when it's like, okay, we can look at that.
You know, we've unfortunately had to be in this position since the beginning of the pandemic where no city in the state of Utah has public health professionals. Every city is reliant on their local public health at the county or at the state. And so we are, of course, reliant on their advice as they take into context all of the multiplicity of data that they look at, the transmission rate, the ICU numbers, the cases, the number of cases, and the distribution of vaccines and the rate of uptake in the hardest hit communities. So they're weighing those factors all together, and they're helping advise us on what that combination might look like. Okay, now go get some tacos, get your hair cut, keep your masks on. Thanks, everybody.